let's let me kind of run you through the process. So this is the best way that I know how to make a steak. Be it a fancy pants fillet, a flank, a top round, a ribeye. It really doesn't matter. Any kind, right? You got to buy a sous vide, things like $80. Put this raw steak, you don't have to season it or anything, into a Ziploc bag. Look it up. Make sure that whichever bag you're using is sous vide safe. Because you are kind of cooking something in plastic. It's got to be something that's not going to totally leach too many microplastics. I mean, you probably already have 1 million particles per liter floating around your bloodstream anyway. But make sure you're using, any branded Ziploc. It's probably fine. Worth looking up though. But whatever. 130 degrees. I was doing 127.5. Little low, but more than enough, right? If you ask your dad what he likes his steak cooked to, and he sticks a meat thermometer into it when he goes on the grill to check if it's done, he's usually looking for about 130, right? So the logic with the sous vide is you cook it in its entirety, so it's all perfectly cooked, right? It's all perfectly pink. But there's no sear, there's no crust, there's no nothing kind of fancy. Like when I pulled that shit out of the bag, it just looked like a gray fucking mess. But the basic premise is step one, take it out of the bag, straight onto a paper towel, pat dry, salt, pepper, hot pan, avocado oil so it doesn't smoke up my kitchen too bad. If you try to get olive oil ripping hot, guess what? 5 minutes later, you're going to have the smoke alarms just freaking out. But only 1 minute on either side, pretty much as hot as you can go. And that's it. There's no trick to it. And as shown, right? Perfectly done. Perfectly fucking done. So this is going to pair quite nicely with a rather large cup of all my vitamins. I'm talking calcium, multivitamin, my fish oil. I've been doing the creatine capsules instead of the creatine powder, just because I'm already taking a whole mouthful of fucking vitamins at the end of the day anyway. What's four, little things of creatine, right? It's not too much. So this is the sucky part. This is the cool part. I'll do the nasty part first. It's a few too many for just one big gulp. So when it comes to the vitamins, though, you should be a little tricky about it. Like, you should look up. There's a million fucking lists online and YouTube videos. Just best vitamins to take for bodybuilding, for muscle building. It'll give you a solid list. Now, be a little bit cautious, because some of them are just going to be a waste of money. Because a lot of the times these vitamins are, if you look at the labels, it's like, 2,000% of your daily recommended allowance of magnesium. The reason that there's so much is because it's not like insanely bioavailable in the forms of these kind of vitamin concentrates. So magnesium citrate might be a bit more absorbent than magnesium. I don't know what the other kind is, whatever. Like anybody who's really maximizing their magnesium intake, they do it as a cream, and the B12, like the B12 complex, that's in the cupboard too. Guys are doing B12 injections to get the maximum fucking absorption. So I'm not so crazy that I'm going to be doing that every day. But, I do make sure I hit everything. I got some carnitine in there. I got some NAC, a couple of other sort of, organ support type shit. Which, if you're the guy who needs that, all right, that should be something you're doing, The last thing you want to do is be stressing out your internal organs. Fast forward 10 years and say, ooh, I better start worrying about my health. Not good. Not cool. But this will put me at about pretty much the exact goal. 2,500 calories for the day. 250 protein. A little higher. These are definitely fatty, so that puts me at about 90 grams of fat for the day and more like 200 grams of carbs. I don't have my phone right on me, but that's what I want, Next few days, maybe a week, maybe less, I don't know. I might just start the bulk on a fucking whim, but I am this lean pretty rarely, so that's kind of making me say, just do one more week, get a little bit extra lean, a little extra cool looking, a little extra veiny, and then start bulking up, But as soon as the bulk starts, there's no chance it's going to end until we're in the upper triple digits. I'm talking 280. I'm talking 300. Maybe not 300. Maybe not exactly 300. But honestly, I'm being a little irresponsible right now because I was hungry. I was still going to shower. I probably should have showered first and then eat my last meal, because it is much easier to go to bed right after eating your last meal than it is to eat your last meal, shower, fucking, play on your phone, do whatever. And then 2 hours passed since you had your last meal, and now it's time for you to go to bed. I mean, you're just asking for trouble, I know that there's some popsicles in the freezer. I know that there's some fucking treats in there and some little, like chocolate candies in the cupboard. So it's always in my best interest, at least from my kind of training diet experience, to try to make the last meal of the day as close to bedtime as possible. I've never noticed any problems with like my digestion or like it upsetting my sleep. Now I'm kind of tracking. It's kind of cool if you get a fucking sort of Fitbit style thing. It'll show you when you're like in REM and when you're in deep sleep or whatever else. Like, I haven't noticed any problems. But if that's you, if you can't sleep on a full stomach, then I guess you're kind of screwed. So plan is sit here, enjoy, find my phone, play on it, watch a couple videos or something, go to bed and repeat. Hour cardio in the morning, really going to lock it in this last week, do a little bit of extra cardio for the finishing touches of the diet, and then open the floodgates calorie-wise. Get used to this kitchen. We're going to be in here a lot. I'm talking meal prep. I'm talking rice cooker. I'm talking potatoes in the oven, like a whole tray of them. We're getting serious with this bulk. Best bulk so far, title to be determined. But that's all I got for the day. I'll see you tomorrow for chest. I'm already excited. Yeah, so here's the science-based lifter section. I don't really go in here much.